Hey everybody, Pastor Greg here. Welcome to the blog. Just got back from a Lighthouse Rising tour where we toured around the Northwest, and among other things, we visited the churches of some guys that have gone out from Lighthouse and gone on to plant their own churches and so on. I got to tell you, it was a joy, just pure joy, to reconnect with the guys. And I want to just take a moment and, I want to draw your attention to something. Being the lead pastor of this church, I get a lot of attention. I get a lot of credit where, people don't understand that what happens here and has happened here over the course of the history of this church, it is built upon the giftings of many of God's people. And I want to just highlight a couple of them to you. There's a guy in Elko who started a church down there, Lighthouse Elko. His name's Dan Romans. And I can't tell you how that man has affected my life, and how he's affected this church. I don't know of any man more faithful than him and who's modeled that faithfulness to me. There's another guy, he kind of a kid, but a guy. His name's Danny Braga. And he went out from here. He was our youth pastor, and he went to South Seattle and took over an existing church, but then replanted it, which is a precarious thing to do, without a doubt. But we were there with Danny, and we experienced just a vibrant, wonderful church that is happening that I can't tell you. And, Danny would never, I don't think Danny knows this, but he is one of the most articulate, gifted young men that I have ever known. And he and his wife are so incredibly gifted. They're gifted musically, and they gave a lot to this church, but now they are, building a brand new work. And hopefully in the near future, we may be bringing their worship team here to record them, and I really believe God is going to do amazing things through them in the future. And let me tell you about another guy. His name is Brian Nickens. Brian and Doreen have this incredible faith. It's just pure faith. And they left our church some years ago to plant another church in Jerome. And then they felt, after that church was going awesome and so on, they felt God speaking to them to go to Redding, California, and to plant yet another church. And Brian has a gifting like no one else I know. It's prophetic, and it's powerful. And his blood and sweat into theirs, and I need to include Doreen in this, their blood, sweat, and tears are part of this church and what is happening here now. And I got to tell you, Brian can speak into my life like no one else can. And sometimes he'll bust my chops, and it's a beautiful thing. And so I just want everybody to know that, in a ministry like this, where one guy gets a lot of attention, don't be fooled. This church is built upon the gifts of many, many people, and so I want to just say thank you to those guys and gals that have gone out from here and that have left such a legacy and a blessing here. So anyway, glory be to God for all that he's doing through you guys, Dan and Becky, and Danny and Lexi, and Brian and Doreen. We are cheering for you and just behind what you guys are doing. And so thank you guys.